It's senior year, second semester. This is probably going on in a lot of homes.
Why aren't you doing your homework?
Doing what?
Homework.
I don't have any homework. I'm a senior.
I don't care if it's second semester, senior year. You have homework. Why are you lying to me?
I'm not lying. Nobody cares if we do homework.
They do care. You can get your admission to college rescinded.
Oh, Dad, come on.
Besides, is that the only reason you're supposed to be doing homework? What do you think is the real reason to do homework?
Because it gives teachers something to punish us with.
Oh, come on. You care about learning. I care about learning. And you don't want to be a lazy, stupid teenager. You want to have a work ethic.
I'm not a lazy, stupid teenager. When am I ever going to use any of this, all of this calculus stuff? I'm not becoming an engineer. This is silly. Why should I waste my time doing it?
There's some legitimacy. I don't mean to say that there isn't some legitimacy to that.
Thank you.
But in general, the ability to write, to have discipline, to think, and in fact, the calculus, maybe you won't use the calculus, but the reasoning. I want you to be proud of yourself, not just because of your makeup and your friends.
I'm very proud of myself. I got into a great college. I know what I want to do with my life, and it does not involve any calculations, and there is no thought process in calculus that I'm going to use when I'm a lawyer.
I love you. I'll leave you alone.
Thank you. Was I sufficiently obnoxious as a teenager?
You absolutely were, and I know that there are many parents who feel exactly that way. Deep down, they know that they're supposed to have a good work ethic and that there is learning. And yes, some of the stuff is crap, or at least not relevant.
Let's watch that.
Watch that. But yes, you were a typical difficult teenager.
Yes, I don't think boys would be putting on makeup, but they would have blown the house and they're out playing ball or with their friends.
Or playing with the dog.
Or hanging out or doing something. And kids feel very entitled when they're second semester senior students.
What did I do wrong and what did I do right as the parent?
You were trying to get me to do something I didn't want to do, and you were giving me reasons from your head that made no sense to me whatsoever.
It's true, I agree with you. What, would you have done anything differently?
I would have said, is there any reason that you can't do both things? Yes, you're going to meet your friends, you're going to hang out. This homework won't take you very long. Can't you squeeze that in, because you never know, A, when you'll need a recommendation from a teacher. And if you've blown off the entire half of your senior year and your attitude is so dismissive of how important school is, that's not going to endear you to anybody who you may ask for a recommendation.
Right. I also think I was bad in that I was angry. Personality just encouraged the defensiveness. The only thing I think I did okay is I didn't expect you to agree with me. I just said something like, I love you, it's okay, I'm going to leave you alone. At best, maybe I planted a seed, but didn't expect an apology.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think one thing that a parent might try is to say, what can we do that will help you to see the value of why you need to maintain good relationships with all your teachers? That includes doing the assignments that are given to you. Who will you ask for a recommendation? Because it's not for getting into college, you've gotten into college, but the rest of your life, you will need to come back to some of these people.
Okay, so I don't know, I hope that there may be some nugget in there, what not to do, what to do, because you're not alone if you're a parent in dealing with a teenager who's not exactly going to say, yes, Mom, whatever you want, Mom.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Hi, Dad.
Playing with the dog again, instead of, what are you supposed to be doing now? What did you say you were going to be doing?
I don't know. I'm playing with the dog.
Here's a little hint. I'm going to come down to your level. You were supposed to be sending in the deposit for the college, but you haven't even made the choice wisely yet. Tell me, why are you choosing Icicle University? We're in nice California. Why are you going to Icicle University?
Icicle University, number one, it has a great reputation. It's really, really nice. And I've always lived in California, and I want to see a different part of the country. And when I was there, It was beautiful. All the kids were out. They were running around. The grounds are gorgeous. It's a beautiful college. It's exactly where I always imagined I would go. That's why I'm going there.
Is it just possible that the real reason you're willing to endure the frigid 4 months of winter is not any of that, and all campuses are fun when they're during the tour and whatever, is because your boyfriend is going to, what a coincidence, Icicle University?
Well, that's very nice. That's going to make it more fun.
He's not a boyfriend you're going to stay with anyway. This is the time to spread your wings.
How do you know?
I don't know, but it can hurt for you to go to a school within laundry distance of home. And frankly, Icicle University is, maybe it's a little too easy for you. If you went to UC Davis,
Ew.
the weather is better, you're within laundry distance of home, you'll get appropriate challenge without it being too hard. And not to mention, it's a state university, so it's a lot cheaper. Icicle University is going to really endanger our financial security. Their financial aid is mainly loan.
Well, I'll get a good job and I'll pay it back. And I'm quite capable of doing laundry. I was in the dorms, they have laundry machines.
Do you know how much 4 years, let alone the usual 5 years at Icicle University costs?
No.
4 years is over $300,000.
But I have a scholarship.
Yeah, so much of it is loan that has to get paid back.
Well, I will. When I'm working, I'm going to be a working lawyer. I'm going to make a lot of money, and I'll be able to pay it back. All my friends are going there. I don't know why
Your friends are going to Icicle?
Davis.
No, only one friend is going to Icicle.
Well,
your boyfriend.
A very important friend. Yes.
All right, I'm going to leave you, but I'm going to ask you to really be the wise young woman within you and think about what you really want to do.
Sure, I will.
I will tell you that if you're going to go to Icicle, you will have to work a solid part-time job to contribute. It's not a free ride thing. You're going to have to earn it.
You said you would pay for my college.
A college, not the most expensive college back in the frigid New England. Think about it. I love you, but this is an important decision. Play with the dog. It's all right.
That's not fair.
Play with the dog.
That is not fair.
I know.
I think the first thing to think about is that this conversation that the father was trying to have with the daughter was way too late.
Absolutely.
She had already decided on this college. She had all her ridiculous reasons all lined up. And she seemed to have no understanding of what the difference was financially between going to a UC in the state she lives in and going to a private college in another state. So that should have been factored in a long time ago. There should have been a long discussion and a mathematical discussion of the cost at this, the cost at that, and how much she would have to earn to make up the difference between what you were willing to pay.
At least part. And indeed, people think about the one-year cost, or they think about scholarships. They don't realize that a lot of it is loan that has to be paid back. They think about 1 year, but it really takes many kids 4, 5, 6 years. And you're really, in budgeting, you have to consider all that. I also, it seems trivial, but the notion that weather is critical because it affects you every day for 4 months. It's very nice when you go in the spring and you see Icicle University and the weather is nice and everybody's having a great time and in T-shirts. But then everywhere from Thanksgiving time all the way through March or even April, you freeze your butt off.
Which is interesting because most families do the college visit in the spring.
Right.
So that anybody who is from California, who's looking at a college somewhere on the East Coast or the Midwest, really should be doing that in the winter. Because the student is not going to be able to imagine when they see all these kids running around in the beautiful green grass with blue skies, what it's like when the temperature is 20 and it feels like -2.
Let's agree, of course, you're right. It should have been done in junior year. But let's reverse roles. If you were the parent, and I'm the kid making all these excuses, and my boyfriend is planning to go to Icicle University, how would you start the conversation?
I would have, I think, started it mathematically. I would have come in with specific things. So I know you're thinking that you really want to go to this school, but let's take a look at what it will cost you. This is how much we told you we would pay, because you would have had to tell them in advance. This is how much you're going to get in scholarship. This is how much you're going to get in loans that must be repaid.
Estimated. We can't know up front, but, some idea.
But you have a good idea.
On the website, they list those kind of averages.
And so look at that. And now think about what kind of a job are you going to be able to get on a part-time basis because you want to have time to do schoolwork and do the assignments you have to do, and your boyfriend is there, so you want to have fun.
Yeah.
So what kind of a job can you get? What skills do you have right now that are even going to make you employable?
Yeah. Well, in the short run, it's going to be slicing sausage in the cafeteria.
And what do they pay for that? That's probably a minimum wage job.
Yep.
Also, what are you going to do after college? Because these days, college isn't enough. So you talk about being a lawyer, you're going to have to pay for 3 years of law school, and that's incredibly expensive. So you need to be saving your money in college so that you can go to the law school you want to go to.
I sure agree that having these discussions early is a good thing.
Who's a good doggy?
Is he not? He is a good doggy.
Are you the best? Are you the best doggy?
We could play all day with him, but summertime is coming, and I wonder what your thoughts are on what you'd like to do this summer.
Is this another dad-daughter conversation?
Guilty as charged.
What am I going to do this summer? Well, Ethel has a membership at the country club, and so we're going to go and we're going to swim and have a good time. And there are a lot of kids that are going there this summer, and I want to have some fun. I've worked very hard.
I don't blame you. It's true that you're going to be back in the academic grind come the fall. Mm-hmm. What do you think I'm going to say as the dad-daughter talk? What am I going to say now?
You want me to go to work at some stupid job and make some money?
No, not stupid job. I don't really care about the money at this point because it's going to be fairly trivial. But, unfortunately, the job market is likely going to be ever more competitive. And it's not like you're going to be some software engineer. That's not who you seem to be. I have, your Uncle Tony, he works in a law firm, and he has offered to let you work there at least part-time, not licking envelopes, but something that will both teach you some things about the work world, maybe set the stage later for law school. And, it doesn't mean you have to do it full-time. You do it part-time. What do you think?
Like what?
I don't know what he's going to...
Addressing envelopes?
No, I said no licking envelopes, or maybe a little licking envelopes. You got to pay a little dues. But I guess all I'm asking you to do at this point is talk to Tony and see what you can work out.
I barely know him.
I know. How about a three-way? How about we go out for ice cream and meet with Tony? I think he'll meet with us. And we can negotiate what would be something of value to him, value to you, and leave you plenty of time for fun. What do you think?
How many hours would I have to work?
Negotiable.
How many days would I have to work?
Negotiable. It's collaborative. We'll make it a collaborative decision. And then I want you to have fun. I want you to go to the club with your friends. I want you to have a great time because, yes, college...
I worked hard.
You did. Okay. Thank you. Just think about it. Can I call Tony?
If we can go to my favorite ice cream place.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Swenson's.
Okay. Swenson's. Oh, yeah, right here. Okay.
I want to go to Swenson's.
You got a deal. All right. Play the dog.
Okay.
Do good, Hachi.
I'm not saying I'll do it. I'm saying I'll talk to him.
Fair enough. Well, having done a really bad job of being a dad in the first two scenes, I tried to be a little more collaborative this time and giving you more choices and not trying to ram anything down and acknowledging that you've worked hard. We agreed on that. Did I do better or...
Well, I think as far as the teenage girl is concerned and the parent trying to say anything at this point, you never win because they have all the answers. But I think by directly relating it to where I want to go next, that resonated a little bit with me. And by acknowledging that, yeah, you worked hard, yeah, you want to have fun, and you should have fun over the summer. Nobody's asking you to work 60 hours a week, but also it's an opportunity to find out what kind of work they do and whether it's something you really want. You may recall that when our daughter was getting ready to go to college, she thought she wanted to be a doctor. And so we did go and do some visits to a pediatrician's office, which I thought would send her over the moon. Look at this, doctor, babies, what could be a better profession? And then we went to a lawyer's office, dusty books, encyclopedias and stuff behind him in the bookcases, writing. And she came out of there and she said, I don't want to be a pediatrician. I think I want to be a lawyer. So it is important that kids get an opportunity to see real world exactly what these offices are like and what people do.
How would you, let's say I was the kid and I just said, I just want to have fun this summer, I worked hard. How would you start the conversation?
we want you to have fun this summer. Of course you worked hard and you deserve to have some fun. But if you have fun all the time, you don't even know what fun is. It's the contrast between some work, some serious stuff, and having fun that makes the fun so much better.
Of course, it was more fun that we were both on the floor playing with the dog.
Well, everything's more fun when you're playing with the dog.
That's true.
This is beautiful. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Okay, you can go.
I know you a little bit better than that. Isn't it a little scary to go?
No, I'm going to meet so many people here. I'm really excited, and Susie's going to be there. I think she was getting here earlier today. But I have to say goodbye to Hotch.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, Hotch, I'm going to miss you.
Let's say goodbye to Hotch.
I'm going to miss you.
Yes, you will, of course. You know, this is another dad thing. This is a big moment. You're going off to college. This is time to flap your wings and all that. I want you to have fun. You know, college is the most fun time, maybe. And
now you're going to tell me, don't drink, don't smoke weed, don't do anything bad, don't get pregnant. I know all that.
I like that. I mean, a little experimentation, is probably not going to hurt you. Although I'm very straight-laced, I'm not that way. There's plenty of fun you could have. Having those late-night conversations with friends, getting involved with the student newspaper, planning a road trip. I'm not a big fan of alcohol and drugs and all of that stuff. Certainly not getting pregnant.
Yeah, okay. I won't do that.
But the big thing I want you to know is, you know it, but I need to say it. I love you very much, and we're going to miss you.
I know. Now
you go ahead.
I'll miss you too.
You
okay,
go. Go. Have a good time. Okay.
I think saying goodbye to your child at college is one of the hardest things to do.
Right.
Because you are dreading the empty nest syndrome, even if you have other kids at home.
Right.
And they are looking so forward to getting out from parental restrictions and house rules and meeting all these fun new people and having new experiences. At the same time, a little scared. Is it going to be too hard? Will the other kids be smarter? Will they like me? Will I be popular? I mean, kids have a lot of things going on in their head that they're not going to talk to their parents about. Absolutely. So it's somewhat awkward. Typically, you know how kids are. They want to walk 10 feet in front of you so that their friends don't see you with your parents. So they want to get rid of you, and you're kind of wanting to stay close and hug and have long goodbyes. So you're sort of working at cross purposes. I
took a risk in talking, not expecting purity around the drug, sex, and rock and roll. Do you think that was a mistake, or was that good?
I think maybe what you want to say is, I know you're not going to get involved with drugs and alcohol. You're way too smart for that. You have such a great future ahead of you. You're not going to mess it up with that. Certainly you're not going to get pregnant. I know that.
Well, I do hope that there was something in this that obviously you're going to do things your way. This is just one model. So maybe there's a little something you can take away from this. And it's a wonderful milestone when your kid does go away to college or even for an internship with the military or whatever.
And every family is different. You may bring the whole family with you, and maybe there are 5 of you that make the college road trip to say goodbye.
But always bring the dog.
But always bring the dog. Good. I like that. Final words, always bring the dog. Next time on the Nemkos Do, we're going to talk about the scariest thing in the whole world.
Public speaking.
Scarier than death.
No, that's scarier.
It's true. No, most people find public speaking scary.
Okay, join us next time.